Welcome, beautiful darlings, to another tapping session. And today we're going to be tapping through shame. And shame is the most dense emotion that we can experience. When working with shame, it's really important that we feel safe, that we feel held in that experience. So if you right now in your life don't really feel held, you don't really feel safe, you don't really feel grounded and connected, then I recommend that you either don't do this tapping session or just test it out and then stop whenever it feels too much, or work with someone professionally that can help you work through shame. I am one of those people. You can reach out to me. But if you know that you don't really feel safe and stable in yourself right now, maybe this isn't the right pick for you. Because working with shame can be very intense, and we're not looking to re traumatize ourselves or traumatize ourselves more by going into something that we're not really ready for. So it's really important to ask yourself, am I ready for this? Is this right for me? And then listening to those boundaries, allowing yourself to have those. And not all shame is bad. I really wanted to get that out there before we go into the tapping and the meditation and all of that. So not all shame is bad. Like toxic shame is shame that we feel like we are shameful. We feel like we embody shame. We are the embodiment of shame. So shame is everywhere for us. And this is something that is very close to my heart because I've been working with shame so much for myself and working with addictions that come from shame. Like, I believe that addictions really do come from shame, from this deep feeling that we are bad and shameful. And that's where they stem from, the root from that place of shame. And it's really close to my heart. It's really something that I'm like working through almost constantly. New layers, another layers, and working with shame, working with healing those parts within me. So I know that it's really important to feel safe. And I know that there is a difference between toxic shame and just shame. Shame is there for a reason. All emotions are here for a reason. It's when we begin to feel like we are the embodiment of those emotions that they can become like an issue. So shame is healthy when maybe you did something bad, let's say something that hurt somebody else. And then when you become aware of that, you feel shame. And that shame can drive you to act on that and like apologize or ask for forgiveness or tell them that you recognize that you did that and that. Or maybe you have crossed your own boundaries and you feel shame. And that is like telling you, that's an indicator for you to be like, okay, I am feeling shame. I crossed my own boundaries. Let me get into this shame so that I know what boundaries I crossed and not to cross them again, not to go against yourself again. So there's a difference between becoming the embodiment of shame and just walking around in the world as shame, and feeling healthy shame that drives you to be self-aware, that drives you to take care of yourself. So I wanted to start by just telling that there's a difference and really letting you know that it's important to truly feel that you are ready to go into this place of shame and do so from a place of love. Because when we are really shaming ourselves, or we feel like we're this embodiment of shame and we're just in that spiral of shame, it's not necessarily the right thing to go into it from that place. It's important to create a base, a sense of self, a place where we can go to grab love and a compassion and understanding so that we can move through shame in a healthy and productive way. Okay, so we're going to start with the mother connection meditation, and then we're going to go into the tapping session itself. Okay. So if it feels right and safe to do so, you can close your eyes. And begin to breathe deeply down into your belly. You can release out through your nose or your mouth, whatever feels right to you. And begin to feel into that which is touching the ground. And feel in the best way that you can. Feel that support from the ground. Feel how the ground is holding you. And allow yourself to drop into that, to really feel that holding. And as you breathe in the energy of Mother Earth. And if it helps to see a color, a shape, a symbol, whatever makes you feel connected to Mother Earth, and feel that like physically and emotionally and spiritually go into your body, that sense of being filled up by the Mother. Breathe that into your being. And as you're breathing out yourself into the earth. So you're breathing out your muscles, you're relaxing your muscles, you're breathing out your emotions, your thoughts. Breathing out everything into the earth. Creating the circle between you and her. And as you're doing this Mother connection meditation, I want to invite you to find a place within your body, or a memory, or just something that gives you a feeling of safety. So if there is a place in your body that feels very safe, and that can be something as big as your head or your whole arm, or something as little as a fingernail. So whatever feels safe to you, whatever feels truly supporting, truly loving and safe, bring that up and lean into it. Connect with that place, that space of safety, whether that's inside. In this place of safety, feel yourself resting in that place. Leaning into that place, moving into that place more and more. And when you have established that, maybe you want to pause and spend more time there to really connect with that. And if that feels right, do so. Trust yourself. When you have connected with that safety and you feel like you have leaned into it and you're kind of embraced by it, I want to invite you to feel into any place within you that is covered with a shame that feels like you're embodying shame. Feeling like you are shame itself. You're shameful, you're bad. Feeling into any place where that resonates with you. And rate that for yourself. How intense is that for you? How much shame are you experiencing? And how intense is the experience of that shame? Allow yourself to connect with that. And now I want to invite you to move into the tapping with me. So tap in your own pace, do your thing. And we're going to switch a little bit between repeating and then just experiencing as you're tapping. So just tapping and feeling. We're going to be switching between those a little bit so that we can really feel what is going on inside us. And I will remind you as we're tapping to bring in that feeling of safety, to keep bringing that in, keep moving that so that you feel held by it. So that is something that is going to be important throughout this journey, to really bring in that safety. And just do what feels good to you. If something I say doesn't resonate with you, change it up. Change it into something that do resonate with you, that feels true for you and your experience. Okay, so today I actually want to invite us to just tap here, like on the breastbone, the collarbone, just like somewhere here, and like in a place where you feel a little bit connected to your heart. So just connect with that. Start tapping on your breastbone. Start tapping in a place that makes you feel connected to your heart. And breathe and tap. And just, you can say to yourself, shame. Just say the word shame. Shame. And as you're tapping here, I want to invite you to feel into any place of empathy and compassion towards yourself. And bring kindness into your body. Now let's move into tapping on the side of the head. You can repeat after me if you want to, or just hold the intention, or do whatever feels good. Even though I feel all of this shame, I honor myself and I accept how I feel. Even though I'm experiencing a lot of shame. And sometimes it feels like I am shame. I honor where I am. And I love and accept myself. Even though it feels like shame is me. And it makes me feel so bad and small. I honor where I am, and I love and accept myself and my shame. Now moving to the tapping points. All this shame. I feel so much shame. And sometimes it feels so big and so scary and so overwhelming that I don't even want to go there. It feels too much. And it feels like I am shameful. I feel bad. And I feel like I am bad. And I don't even want to go there. It feels really dense. Really painful. And there are so many other emotions attached to it as well. All the shame. So much shame in my body. So much shame in my life. It's affecting me and all my decisions. It makes me feel like I am rotten. Like I am bad. Like I don't deserve the love and goodness of other people, of the world. It makes me want to hide. And I have pushed it away so many times. I have denied it. I have repressed it. I have suppressed it. And it's not because I'm weak or bad. It's because I felt overwhelmed by it. Because it didn't feel possible to feel all of the shame in a way that's healthy and safe. And that shame feels so dense within me. That shame feels so dense within me. Sometimes it feels like I am shame itself. Like everything I do or say is wrapped in shame. And I feel that so deeply that it's scaring me. It makes me feel like I'm broken. Like something is seriously wrong with me. Like I am unworthy. All all this shame. So much shame. It can feel overwhelming. And that's okay. It's okay for me to feel that. It's okay for me to experience that. Feeling shame doesn't mean that I am shame. I can experience shame in a healthy way. And now I want to invite you to just tap and allow me to guide you through this. Tap in your own pace, do your thing. Feel that shame within you. Allow any thoughts and feelings and emotions that are related to this shame to come up. And reflect upon situations, places, and around people in which you have felt shame. Where shame has been really present. Allow yourself to feel that. Feel that shame, feel that experience. Allow anything that is coming up for you to come up, to be felt, to be seen. Allow yourself to tap through that shame and bring in this feeling of safety. Lean into that feeling of safety as you're tapping through this. Let that shame be mixed with that feeling of safety and support. And feel how that shame has been affecting you in your life. Allow yourself to feel it. And now I want to invite you to wrap all of that shame in love. Wrap that shameful feeling, that place within you that feels bad, in so much love. Keep tapping and breathing and wrapping in it with love. Wrap that shame in love. You can talk to it and tell it that you understand, that you're here. Keep wrapping it with love. You can tell it that you're here. Keep wrapping it with love, with compassion, with understanding. You can tell that part of you that you understand that for some reason you began to feel like you are shame and you're shameful. And you understand that some of the things that you have done that you feel shame around, you have done from a place of hurt and wounding. And it doesn't make you bad. It makes you human. Wrapping all of that with love, compassion, and if there's any resistance towards that, allow that to be, and wrap that with love too. Allow it to tell you all the reasons why you feel like you don't deserve it, and then wrap it with love. Wrapping that shame with love. Tapping, breathing, and wrapping it with love. Now you can just say to yourself, I am not shameful. I am human. And I am perfect as I am. Which doesn't mean that I don't have to learn or improve or grow. But it means that as I am right now, I am perfect. And wrap your shame with love. And the one last time right now, just wrapping it all with love. Gently, lovingly. Wrapping it with love. Now I want to invite you to give yourself a big hug, holding yourself for a while. Holding yourself and that shame and all of that, and giving it a hug. And speaking to yourself and that shame when it comes up as you would to someone you love. If someone you love would come and say to you that they feel ashamed, and you would answer with the most loving answer, most supportive and loving answer. Talk to yourself in that way when shame comes up. And now just feel into your body and rate that feeling of shame. How intense is it? And just doing what feels right. Maybe that shame is higher than you would like it to be, then maybe you want to do this process again, or sit with that feeling for a while, breathe into it. And I want to thank you so much for being here, for joining me, and go really easy on yourself when you're working with shame. It's important, it's crucial. Be kind towards yourself and don't go into it from a place of push and force. Go into it from a place of love and kindness and gentleness. So again, thank you so much for joining me on this session. If you want to work further with this and have support in working through shame, reach out to me or anybody else that you feel safe with. It's crucial that you feel safe with that person, and ask them for your help. Ask them for support, or ask them for help for you and support. So I'll see you next time we're tapping together.